What is this thing we call comedy? What is it that makes people go? Over and over again. The first time we laugh is probably when we were still a wee little baby playing peekaboo with our mommies and daddies. We move on to knock-knock jokes and riddles that you hear in the playground. Later, we pay good money to see a comedian go on a stage and tell masterfully crafted jokes. What do all jokes have in common? Mostly jokes have in common two parts. Part 1 is a setup. Part 2 is a punchline. The setup leads the listener to assume about the outcome.
Did you hear about the artists who had a competition?
The punchline shatters the listener's assumption and replaces it with an equal idea that matches the setup.
It ended in a draw.
The surprise of subverting expectations and discovering an unfamiliar perspective creates the laugh. Now, whether the joke is in a television show or film or another type of media, the formula is consistent.
Okay, huddle up, everybody. Your mother's right. She's the quarterback of this family, and we need to protect her like Blindside did.
She just said the mom was blindside.
Well, she's confused. Blindside was the black kid who played tight end.
Offensive line.
Sorry, African-American kid.
Comedy is a genre of literature that has crossed into theater, film, and television. As our world becomes more digital, comedy has made its way into podcasts. And that's what comedy is. Now let's look at the why of comedy. What is the purpose of comedy? The purpose of comedy is to entertain the audience and make people laugh. Laughter has many benefits for a person. These benefits are short-term and long-term. Laughter is a stress releaser. There are health benefits like laughter that can reinvigorate your organs. When you laugh, you take in more oxygen, vitalizing the heart, lungs, and muscles. Laughter releases endorphins into the brain. A good laughter produces feelings of relaxation. For long-term effects, everyday stresses can decrease our immunity, and laughter can bolster our immunity. Comedy is universal. Everyone understands comedy to a degree. Whether you're with your friends and you're making small talk, making small jokes, whether you're watching television and you're laughing at the main character, or you're in a movie theater laughing along with the audience, or you take a strike at it professionally. You go on stage and tell jokes. In this documentary series, I've had conversation with people who are just fans of comedy, people who take comedy as a hobby, and people who take comedy as a profession. Everyone has something to say about comedy. So why do people like comedy?
It's good to have comedy in life to just keep you laughing and not take things so seriously. I know sometimes, like, when I'm in a bad mood or I'm feeling sad, just going on YouTube or watching a funny show will lift my spirits up. So
comedy is very important to life in general. It really helps us cope with like a lot of stuff, from depression to stress to basically even just like having understanding as well.
Comedy serves as a great way to kind of just get away from any issues in life and all that, you know. Especially comedy now, it's kind of making fun of all the bad things in life and
place to go, because you're able to connect with somebody on a level where the common ground is comedy. You know, you're able to connect with people, and you know, it's cool to find out that people go through the same things that you do. And it's also nice to see a different perspective on things.
Laughter makes people happy and can brighten anyone's day, I feel. Well,
Is is almost like life, you know. Without comedy in your life, things are very mundane. They can be very boring and almost like you go through the motions. To me, comedy is something that can add to an experience, that can make it even better or different. And it can even help you see perspectives that you never even noticed before, ironically, even.